Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And this is the second video that we're doing talking about the utter state of Hollywood as we enter the summer movie season.
So this is more of a broad overview, and the other one was more specific to Inside Out 2.
Yeah, it's not looking good for anybody.
It really isn't looking good. Variety's like, ah, shit.
Yeah, we did a video a couple weeks ago talking about how the Fall Guy missed and how Hollywood was kind of in panic mode. But now they're like, yeah, there's nothing coming out this summer that looks like it's going to bring the money in that they need to bring in.
But honestly, when I saw the Fall Guy trailer, like, I was interested to see it, but it didn't strike me as one that was going to do, like, you know, do super well with everyone. Like, it was, like, there's movies you can see, like, you know, Super Mario Brothers and Barbie and Oppenheimer and stuff, and even you can look at them and think, okay, I can see there's going to be a big audience for that, you know?
Yeah.
Not Oppenheimer as much as Barbie and Mario Brothers, but I looked at Fall Guy. To me, it looked interesting, but I didn't look at that and think, okay, that one's going to do really well because everybody's going to want to see that. Because I thought it seemed very, like it had its audience type thing. Like, I don't think it was one that was going to be like, is this going to be, you know, blockbuster hit? I didn't get that vibe.
I looked at Fall Guy, and now people said it was actually pretty good.
See, I want to see it, but that's because that's something I probably would like.
I watched the trailer and I was thinking to myself, this is a Netflix show.
Kinda, yeah.
I was like, this isn't a movie. This is a Netflix show. And when we've got Netflix shows that are better than some of the movies being released, and we have, you know, shows on streaming, it's like, why would you spend the money and the hassle, whatever, to go? Like, if you go to the theater, you want it to be something that you can't get at home, right?
Yeah.
And anymore, most entertainment you can get at home, and even kids entertainment. I think the reason we're seeing the decline of you know, families going to theaters to go see the latest cartoon release is because it's so much easier, especially if you have a lot of kids or they're young or whatever. It's so much easier to just plop down at home. You can go buy yourself a freaking 96-inch TV from Walmart and surround sound and just watch the movies at home and not have to go to the theater. You know, it's so much easier and cheaper. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
All right, so this is coming from Variety. The 2024 summer movies most likely to be the hit that Fall Guy couldn't. So they're all hoping for a hit.
But their biggest, we're gonna look at these are domestic numbers, I think, again, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think when we look at these, though, none of them seem to be doing fantastic.
So they said that there's no Barbenheimer coming this summer, and they said Planet of the Apes, there was a lot of pressure on that. Now, it did okay, but I'm sorry, what did it do, $50 million or something opening?
It was like 100-something global.
Global.
Yeah.
That's, you know, again, those are the numbers that, like, I don't know what the Planet of the Apes movies typically do, but that was the one that Disney kept like, Planet of the Apes is coming. Planet of the Apes is coming, guys. This is going to be huge. This is going to be the ape cinematic universe. We're going to build, and it
Ape CU.
The Ape CU, and it didn't do, or the MCU, it could be the Monkey Cinematic Universe, but it didn't do very well. I mean, compared to like a Marvel movie, it did good, I guess, for the franchise, but like $50 million. Disney's used to opening to like 120, 150 million. Not anymore. Over 100 million, right? And the other video we talked about, Inside Out 2, they said Inside Out 2 might be the only movie with a chance of opening over 100. And I'm like,
I
wouldn't take that bet. It's a Pixar movie. They're all doing shit now. All the Pixar movies are doing shit. That brand is in the toilet. It doesn't matter if the movie's good. Elemental, people said Elemental was good. My daughter watched Elemental. She said it was good. But people didn't go see it because they're like, yeah, all these other movies kind of sucked. They said, yeah, Fall Guy opened to just under $28 million domestically, starting the summer with a whimper. And they said that after the shutdowns.
Oh my God, they're blaming COVID again?
We're going on 2 or 3 years, guys, after the shutdowns.
Well, they said they resumed reputation by 2022 after the shutdowns, but now they're flying off the cliff again.
Yeah, because everything broke, and it's not ever going to go back to where it was before. I'm sorry. You can't going to rant a little bit. You can't put the world on pause and then turn it back on and expect everything to work.
It did okay last year, and I think that the strikes are playing into it somewhat, but I don't think there's a lot, when you look at what's coming out for this year, next year, things that got pushed back would have been pushed back to this year. And you're looking at the slate for this year and even next year, and so far I'm not seeing a whole lot that I'm like, oh, that's going to be amazing, you know?
Yeah. Well, this is what
they're estimates.
These are estimates. These are projections. So yeah, we had the Fall Guy, which it did significantly less than what they thought it was going to do. That's what I'm saying. Like when they're saying
this is the first 4 weeks, or this isn't the first 4 weeks. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is not just opening. This is going to be the first 4 weeks. Okay, gotcha.
for the first month. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, 143. I think it's actually going to hit that.
Domestic,
If did pretty good, I guess. Furiosa, I don't think is going to do well. Inside Out 2.
They're guessing 261.5 million.
They guessed a lot for Little Mermaid. They guessed a lot for, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, domestically, they're saying domestic only, but yeah, I just don't know. It's just going to depend.
Quiet Place might actually do okay. Here's the thing.
It's not going to do super well, though, because I don't think it's as popular as other things.
No, the second one did okay. We like, look, our kids like it. I like it. I went to the last one with them, and they want to go see this one, but it's not like a major franchise. But the thing is, I think what we're going to see are the movies that are like the outliers that are the ones that actually become the bigger hits. And part of that is people, I think, are tired of the tentpole franchises. They know it's shit, and you can wait, especially with Marvel. Like you can wait. The only one that's going to do well for Marvel, I think, in the near future is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, which is it's the best performing one on the list.
Despicable Me 4, that might actually do okay. Twisters, why?
Well, they're saying Twisters is going to do better than, almost as much as Furiosa and stuff.
Are they going to have 2 cows in this one? Because they have 2 tornadoes.
Basically, it sounds to me like it's like the first movie, except this time the teams, decide to work together.
Right. I would like to see, it's kind of like Alien and Aliens. It's Twister and Twisters, but I would like to see, like Twisters, even more Twisters. Still more Twisters. Twister. Yeah, I want to see them do that with Aliens. That's how you bring Aliens back, right? You bring the Alien franchise back. It's like even more Aliens.
So it's like the Cloud Note, but now it's a Twister.
That's
how it sucks up all the people to eat. Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine, of course, they have that one set a lot higher than everything else at 350.1 million. That one, I do think will hit it. You go on the list, you can see like Beetlejuice and Joker, they're saying is supposed to be like, they're thinking a lot. But the Mufasa Lion King, they have this at 281.3 million. I don't think it's gonna, because everybody's making fun of Mufasa. They think it's like the Lion King all over again, and people are not. I just don't think it has the buzz that they want. People are making fun of it.
Damn, I didn't realize that Sonic 3 and Mufasa come out in the same day.
It'd be funny if Sonic 3 actually kicked Mufasa's ass.
Oh my God.
I don't think that's going to happen, but it would be funny because people are not down with the Mufasa thing. I'm sorry.
Wow. Well, yeah, they're talking they're going to retcon Mufasa, but like I'm looking at all the
Twisters are going to do better than Lord of the Rings.
Well, no, this is the animated one.
Oh, then yes,
but
definitely.
I think that's ridiculous. I don't think they're going to do that.
No.
Wicked,
Most of these, I don't think they're going to. These are the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, but
so maybe in the first 4 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just looking at.
These aren't going to be great.
They're saying Moana 2 is actually going to do less than Inside Out 2.
But here's the funny thing. Well, probably will, because it probably won't look as good. But here's the thing. Moana 2, but wasn't Moana the most streamed thing ever, Disney?
Yeah.
Don't you need to keep us in there because Moana 2 is going to save the company. Moana 2. And then it's the outlook is not great for Moana 2.
No, they're talking theaters are going to go out of business this year. We actually had several around us close. And I think they're just looking at it and they're just like, yep, you know what? There's nothing good coming out this year, nothing major. So it's over. I think we're past peak, like, $1 billion franchise, theater going experiences. I mean, you're going to get every once in a while, you're going to get a Barbie or something, but that's going to happen very rarely. And for the longest time, it was like, oh yeah, every Disney movie is $1 billion, $1 billion. And they got cocky and then they started turning out shit. And then we have this, the strikes. Like next year is going to be really interesting because there's not going to be a whole lot coming out. It seems like what they're doing now is they're kind of milking it and they're just kind of putting stuff out slower and slower and slower because they're like, okay, well, we would have put this movie out this year, but now we got to put out next year to make it look like we got something. Yeah,
but here's the thing though, that stuff, they push stuff back to this year and they push some stuff back to 2025 because of, moving stuff around. But by now or by the end of the year, they should be back on getting these movies out. And it just doesn't seem like there's anything super exciting.
No. Yeah, they said it's just not good. They said that the rest of the year looks bleak. A sequel to Joker and another live action Lion King should do well enough, but there are multiple weekends in the last quarter with no major studio movies.
But the flip side is I think they overloaded the theaters sometimes too.
Yeah.
Like when we were kids, like a movie would be in theaters it could go up to a year. It could be in the theaters for months and months and months, which I get that's boring because you already saw it once. You want to have, they didn't have as many movies being made. So I think that by slowing the roll a little bit, it might give those movies time to breathe so they're not cannibalizing each other, because Disney especially kept cannibalizing itself.
Yeah.
I think that would be maybe a better way to go. The problem is what they're offering. I don't think a lot of it is something people want.
No, I agree with that. Oh God, this is so funny though.
I know.
I gotta okay. Remember how they attacked Sound Freedom? Remember how some theaters refused to show it or whatever, and they were like, "Oh my God, we gotta attack this movie. This is the alt-right movie," and blah blah blah. They're like, "Yeah, in the indie space, there's nothing matching what the Sound of Freedom did last year." Now they're desperate. They're desperate for another hit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to get it because they like tried to choke that one off last year. And yeah, Civil War is not doing that great either. So yeah, it's not looking good, guys. I mean, I just thought I'd pull this up. This was earlier this week. Business Insider, 20 movies no one expected to bomb at the box office. And I think it ties into this because...
Is it the Marvels? Because
yes.
I totally expected it to do shit in the box office.
You cannot believe the projections anymore, because the projections are out there based on historical movie going numbers, right? Like, well, we know this is going to do this because historically this is what these kinds of movies usually pulled in. But now that everything is broken, people's viewing habits are broken and trust in these franchises are broken, people are not going to see the movies. And I think the studios puff up the numbers to try to, everybody's going to go see that movie this weekend. It's going to make $100 million. You don't want to be one of the only people out there who didn't go see Captain Marvel because she's the biggest thing ever. Yeah, these are movies that they thought were not. Remember, Flash was supposed to make $125 million opening weekend or some ridiculous number. Marvels, first one they had on here. The MCU has first real bomb with the Marvels. I would argue.
Well, I had other bombs, but that one was definitely bad.
This is the first real bomb, though, because it has a woman in it.
Well, no, it's because it looked terrible. The poster looked terrible. You were trying to, double down on a character that, with Ms. Marvel that you haven't been able to make stick. Photon, you've only mentioned her once in a show. And quite frankly, the Captain Marvel didn't do as great as they thought it would. There was a lot of weirdness around Captain Marvel. And that was legit, I think, was people thinking they had to see it to see Endgame.
Yes. Plus, they were bussing people in to go see the first female superhero.
All these theaters are sold out. People have pictures of empty theaters that were sold out and stuff. But yeah.
First
I know. Because there never was a female superhero before
except for Wonder Woman. Except for, I guess you could count Alita that just came out like a week or two before. And Elektra and Catwoman. Well, whatever. Storm. Whatever. Yeah, lowest opening of any MCU movie at $65 million. But she's the bestest ever, guys. People love Captain Marvel. They love her so much. Ali cost them millions of dollars. I forgot that even existed. They're talking about Sinbad. These are older movies. Just talking about these box office bombs. But I thought it was funny that they led this.
We're always box office bombs, Marvels.
That's what they led with, right?
I'm more surprised they actually thought this was going to work. But maybe, here's a thought. And it's not because people don't like female superheroes, because there are movies with female superheroes that did really well. It's because they don't like narrative-driven bullshit. And a lot of, pointing fingers and calling people names and insinuating they're bigots or they hate women or whatever, or they're racist or whatever, just because, they didn't like your damn movie. Maybe your movie just was dog shit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And
that's why they didn't go. Because after last time, when you just start calling everybody names when they didn't like it, they probably, even if this movie was better, because I've talked to several people who said that the Marvels was definitely better than Captain Marvel. That doesn't mean it's great, but it was definitely better. But you already lost them with your behavior last time. What do you think was flipping going to happen?
People were going to just consume, and not think for themselves. You just have to.
Because they'll call you a bigot. Well, they're basically like, fuck you, we don't care anymore.
It's like, fine, I'm a racist, I'm a Nazi, I'm a transphobe, homophobe, whatever.
Yes, I know.
Yes, I get it.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over touching my grass.
Right, I'm going to go touch and mow my grass right now, and I'm not listening to you. Yeah, so it's not looking good, guys. Just putting it out there. We're looking for Hollywood news this weekend, and nobody gives a shit. Let's just be honest. Nobody gives a shit about Hollywood. It's broken. You broke it. You broke Hollywood. You broke so much of the media, and I don't think it's going to come back.
But you know what? Now is the perfect time for more like Everything Everywhere All at Once, and you know, Sound of Freedom, and into more independent films that might be more creative and have budgets that will allow them to make money.
I think so. I think that's
now might be a time where we go back to creativity again, but it won't be the major studios.
It's going to be like the 70s all over again. Because the 70s, we had a lot of like lower budget movies after all these really like ridiculously expensive musicals and big budget, and then it was like, people are just over it. They want smaller movies. They want good stories. You're going to have to earn back the trust of the audience. And that's going to take a long time. We're going to wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.